Today, we're unpacking Taylor Swift's latest radio chats. Her full-on Showgirl era. The bold lyrical choices on her 12th studio album. The cheeky double meanings fans can't stop talking about. The sweetest shout-outs to bestie Selena Gomez on her wedding day. And of course, the headline question. Is Taylor planning to quit music after marrying Travis Kelce? Let's get into it. First up, Taylor's been making the rounds. Visiting multiple stations and opening up about how she writes when the spotlight's on, the life of a showgirl. She explains that sometimes a single word can crank up the intensity of a moment, or the syllables just land better in the melody. Other times, she's writing in the voice of a character inside the song, and certain phrases simply fit how that persona would talk. That's the magic of songwriting for her. Tiny decisions that change how a line hits the ear. Some of those choices are serious craft, and some are just downright fun, even a little mischievous, because the most unexpected word can make a lyric bounce. That leads perfectly into the cheekier side of the track list. When fans brought up her risque song Would, Taylor laughed about how people hear what they want to hear. She even joked that her mom chose to interpret it like it was about common superstitions, proof that double entendres can fly right over someone's head or land with a wink, depending on the listener. That's the joy of layered writing. Two people, one song, totally different readings, and both feel personal. Let's talk friendships and life chapters. Taylor reminisced about Selena Gomez's wedding and called the moment breathtaking. Not just a gorgeous bride, but a whole beautiful energy in the room. She looked back at that viral July 4th Independent Girlies post from 2023 and laughed at how wild the timing turned out. Multiple friends met their person soon after, and she herself headed to Kansas City for a show with no idea Travis Kelce would soon be part of the story. When she rewinds the tape now, the sequence feels almost too cinematic to be random. These are those serendipity moments, birthdays lined up with big memories, little coincidences that suddenly feel like plot points, and she's just plain grateful. Now the question you clicked for: will Taylor Swift quit music after marrying Travis Kelce? On BBC Radio 2, the host asked it straight, and Taylor answered just as directly, absolutely not. The "this is the last album because she'll get married and have kids" theory? She called that idea offensive and off base. In her words, getting married isn't a retirement plan. She loves making art, he loves what he does, and they both understand that passion isn't something you switch off for convenience. In fact, she said one of the coolest things about Travis is how much he loves his work, which makes him appreciate her commitment to hers. If anything, that mutual drive is the glue. Taylor also drew a simple, spot-on comparison that every fan can visualize. Both she and Travis perform for roughly 3.5 hours in NFL stadiums. Same buildings, different worlds. For her, it's a dressing room. For him, it's a locker room. She has rehearsals. He has practice. She steps into a show. He runs onto the field for a game. The language changes, but the fundamentals are twins. Preparation, team dynamics, high stakes, and an audience counting on you. That's why the two of them get it. They're both competitive, but in a way that's energizing, not toxic. It's not about being eaten alive by pressure. It's about loving the craft enough to chase the next personal best. Back to the music nerd stuff, because that's where Taylor lights up. She talked about how a single consonant can make a line crackle, how a bit of alliteration can make an image jump off the track, and how swapping one phrase for another can change the entire emotional temperature of a verse. Those are the micro moves that make a song explode on stage and stick on radio. They may look tiny on paper, but performed in front of a stadium, they're the difference between a good chorus and one that detonates. Circling to her inner circle again, Taylor's gratitude kept shining through. Watching close friends find real happiness feels like a win for the whole team, and Selena's day, by her telling, was pure, glowing joy. It's a reminder that life's big pivots often start as small, ordinary moments. A post, a show, a chance meeting. Then before you know it, the plot has turned. Taylor doesn't over-engineer that. She treats it like a blessing. So, to wrap the rumor once more, no, marriage isn't the end of Taylor Swift's music career. Music isn't just a job for her. It's a core part of who she is. And she's with someone who respects that, just like she respects what drives him. When both halves of a couple are ambitious in their own arenas, that energy connects rather than competes. Fans who were panicking can take a breath. Let's bring it back to that stadium analogy one last time. Whether it's a roaring football crowd or a sea of concert lights, stepping into that space flips the same internal switch. Give people the best 3.5 hours you can. That's the shared heartbeat, and that's why seeing each other's grind up close builds so much mutual respect. Different uniforms, same obsession, discipline, repetition, a great team, and an audience you want to leave buzzing. Bottom line, the Showgirl era is in full swing, the creative choices are bold, the friendships are flourishing, and the career? Very much alive. The retiring after the wedding narrative makes a juicy headline, but that's all it is.